Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Answering the Bell with Stormybman, our Sunday morning call-in for this Sunday, February 8th, 2026. This is 193 episodes in for the call in. And this morning, we're going to review and have discussion for our beloved sport of boxing. Coming out of a weekend where we have another multiple time and division champion as he went across the pond to secure another featherweight title. We have fights on the horizon, heavyweights coming up on deck. And then, begrudgingly, we have on the horizon the return to the ring of Ryan Garcia, as he is going to challenge possibly for a welterweight title once again. So, with all of that in the hand of the gods, we'll do what we can on this beautiful day that God has made for us and see what we can do as far as putting our speculative talents out there in the universe, because everything is already written, Yeah. So welcome everyone. I hope that you were able to arise in your right frame of mind this morning to join me for another Answering the Bell. Yeah, it's what we do on Sundays, you guys. Have some conversation on our beloved sport of boxing. Yeah. I want to take a quick moment and acknowledge the roll call, what we got going on out there. Over on the Rumble app, where we are multi-streaming, we got Snoopy Mac in the house. Here they go, messing with my audio again. Ain't that something? Just starting out, man. Just starting out. These people are something else, man. They are truly something else. But we'll make it. We will make it. In the building, we got Ravens Nation kicking things off. Good morning to you. Anthony Manzano in the building. Good morning. Universal Truth is back with us, saying salute, Sensei. Columbia's out there this morning. Cheers with the coffee. And let me say thank you for dropping the links for the channel. For those of you who are interested in what the links are, we have merchandise links for two different sources. We've got the Streamlabs merchandise, and we have the A Weapons merchandise through my Shopify, where the brother A Weapons has created some merchandise materials for Stormybman. So you could click on either link and go over there. For A Weapons, my Shopify site, if you just punch in the code Stormybman, it'll take you right to where you need to go for my merchandise over there. And we have a great deal. It's a larger portion of merchandise for me over there than what's on the Streamlabs. The Streamlabs is my original foundation of merchandise, where we have the basic hoodies that you see me wearing most of the time, or tees, coffee mugs, a couple of fitteds. We got the bucket cap over there. But over on A Weapons, we got plenty of other stuff for the young folks too, because they're bright, colorful materials that could really pique your interest. So check out those links for merchandise. Then we also have the link for the Patreon. I will be producing more Patreon content, but it's been so much boxing that I will probably end up sending some of my boxing content over there, because I'm going to speak on certain subjects and I'm not going to be nice about it. It will be no holds barred. And so for special Patreon supporters, you'll get a treat where it'll be unedited, where Stormy can kind of let it fly on his thoughts on some of these news and updates that we've been receiving most recently about our participants in the sport of boxing. But that content won't only be relegated to boxing. We'll be talking about a host of things, but I need to get things going over there. Plus, you can also enjoy some of the older content from when the three wise men of boxing were doing their thing. Most of that has been uploaded over to Patreon. Follow me over there for that. Then also we got the PayPal link that Columbia dropped for us here, where you can give donations through PayPal if you're not using Cash App. And the links for the other Stormybman channels are in effect, as well as the Streamlabs tip option, which is another way of leaving a donation for the channel. If you opt to use the tip through Streamlabs, we can get notifications, okay, over here when I activate the Streamlabs notification clip that goes in there. And also, if you make purchases on Streamlabs for merchandise, you'll get a notification right here on the screen during the live. So we kind of got things really working. It's always been that way, but I'm able to take the time out and state this because Columbia has been generous in assisting to sharing my links. I told you it's a community thing. And with that type of assistance, it kind of helps, helps with me. I don't have to just worry about one aspect of things. I can kind of let it flow through and keep you all informed as to what's available to you as we do our thing. So thank you so much again, Columbia, for assisting with that. We got Macadus Mac of the South in the building saying salute to the Grand Master. Right back at you. Mr. Shelton is out there as well. What's good with you, sir? Good to see you out there. Jonathan Simon as well in the building with us this morning. What's happening with you, Jonathan Simon? Yeah. He says salute OG. Blessings to you. Always hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share the content. And hype me up too. What's the hype thing? Can somebody explain to me in the channel, in the chat? They talk about hype the video, hype the live. Hype. What does that mean now? Does that just mean share it, or is that a new term, or is it a new way of promoting? Can someone let me know? What does that mean? Hype the content. So, because I don't know. I'm an old dude. It take me a while to get to learn the stuff that I'm talking to you about right now. You know what I'm saying? So forgive me for being a little bit slow. Yeah. NBA D Nice is in the building. What's good with you? NBA D Nice. Good to see you out there saying salute, Sensei. Snoopy Mac, who's also over there on the Rumble app saying, Stormybman, the Rumble channel link is in effect. He's dropping it there for us. Appreciate that. Nada86 is in the building saying salute. My man, Eric Jordan, is back with us saying Stormybman, salute Sensei. And he's also over on the Rumble app. He says, my favorite day of the week, answering the bell with Stormybman, Sensei. Your knowledge and wisdom is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, my brother, Eric Jordan. Thank you for your support, continuously. Eric has bought some of Stormy's merchandise. Hey, Eric, did you get your mug yet, brother? Let me know if you got your mug, and how you like it. You see, we got brothers out there supporting like he's bought several different things, and he can attest to what the merchandise feels like, the quality of it, and he's invested in that. So I really appreciate that. You guys are saluting each other. We got Benjamin Harrington in the building this morning as well, saying salute Stormy in the chat. What's good with you? Good to see you out there. Man, I try to move this. It's moving kind of fast on me. I'm trying to slow it down. Yeah. Joe Gagliardi is out there this morning saying Stormy salute. Right back at you. Okay, Anthony Manzano says it means share. Okay, well, I wasn't too far off then. It says share, so please share, We need you to do that. Can you guys help Stormy out with that? Share my content. There are people who share it on a regular basis. The Fields family, they share. My man EJ shares. My brother Drew Titan is in the building this morning. So he shares. But come on, if I could get at least another 10 of y'all who be in here on a regular basis, Mr. Shelton, to share. Mr. Shelton, you can share it to your own channel. You can share my content to your own channel on your community page. It would do a tremendous solid move forward to push the algorithm. That's why we ask. We ask you guys to do that. So thank you for that. Anthony Manzano, he says it means to share. Joe says, not sure on the hype thing, but when it pops up, I press on it. Okay. Del Riv is in the building this morning. What's good with you? He says, salute Stormy. Right back at you. Benjamin Harrington says, hype the content means that you will get more views for your channel. Okay. What else we got? We got Snoopy Mac out there sharing that Rumble link again. Yeah. Joe says, just shared it, brother. Always great shows. Thank you. Macinus Mac in there, saluting the brothers in the chat and the family. Hey, man, this is like what you got to do, you know. If you are really a supporter, and that don't mean you have to share every single thing I do. You share something on a regular basis. Select a video, select a live, select a short or something, you know, to show the support. That's what that's all about, huh? And I got 6,100 subs. I mean, come on. Could you imagine 1,000 shares? Just 1,000. What that would do for me. This is what we're talking about here, guys. You know what I mean? So just imagine that. So EJ says, it's a new way to get your video in the algorithm. Yep, I sure did, Sensei. My dad robbed me for my mug. Over there on the Rumble app, EJ says his dad robbed him. He said the coffee mug is phenomenal. Hey, isn't it nice? You got the one that was all black, right? I love that mug, man. And let me tell you a little secret, EJ. If you could put coffee in it, of course, right? But if you put ice, like I love to drink off of crushed ice, you know? If you put crushed ice in that mug, it'll hold the coldness for your drink. You know, it won't melt real fast, which is really cool because, you know, I love a good cup of iced coffee or something like that, or iced orange juice, or a spritzer I make with orange juice and sparkling water or whatever over that ice. Man, that mug is very good. And I was surprised. You know what I mean? That I was very surprised at that. So I'm proud of that particular piece of merchandise right there. And I believe that if people really caught on to that, those would sell like hotcakes, because anybody who is one of those mugs has been very happy with it. So thanks for that comment and compliment there, EJ. He says his dad stole his from me. Oh, my man. Yeah. Salute to Convos with Cam in the building. She says, salute Stormy and peace to the chat. Blessings to you always. Appreciate that. And Convos with Cam she and her mom have bought merchandise from the channel. Convos with Cam, have you guys invested in you ladies, have you invested in the coffee mugs, particularly that black one I was just talking about, the one that says Stormybman, or the one that says the Sensei with the Sensei emblem on it? Those mugs are very good quality, as EJ has mentioned. It's great stuff. Please do so if you haven't. Joe is saying, you, Drew, BF, and 78 get me through my weeks with the great shows. I want to start super chatting soon. I just have a lot of bills and obligations with the kids and family. Hey, man, I know how that is, brother. I know how that is. So, listen, you know what I mean? For now, just hit the like button, share the content, brother. You know, you can super chat whenever you can or whenever you're able, whatever. That's fine. But share the content and give that thumbs up. That does more than, you know. It's just, you know, that's a great way of supporting. Yes, sir. Jimmy Bernard is in the building now saying, salute, Sensei. What's good, chat? Yes, sir. Convos with Cam says, no, I'll have to check them out. Please do. And then you got to get back to me on how much you like them. When you get those mugs, get one for you and for moms, huh? And there's two to select from. It's the Stormybman one that looks just like my hoodie that I wear with the black with the gloves hanging from the Stormybman logo. And then it's the the sensei with the shield on it, which I designed, by the way. It's like, it says the sensei in a crescent with boxing gloves at the top with two swords crossing underneath, representing my boxing and kung fu content, huh? Some people didn't know that. You didn't know? Well, now you know, huh? So if you support the kung fu that Stormy put out there, listen, you'll be supporting everything when you get you one of those sensei mugs. But either one is a real good one, huh? It's a real good one. So please, don't, just gloss over that, huh? Be selective. Yeah. Well, look at here. We got the brother Trap House Boxing. Long time, man. Where you been, Trap House, man? What's good? He says, salute to you, Sensei. I hope all is well with you. I'm just listening to your dope content. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. Trap House Boxing, that's a brother that's been out there. We've known each other for several years now. And Trap House is the one that started calling me the sensei. If you guys didn't know that, that's the brother right there. Trap House Boxing. He says that I am the sensei, and he's the one that dropped that nickname on me. You see? That's family right there. Who else we got? See, the chat is moving on me. Convos with Cam say, didn't receive notification. Be sure to share the video. Convos with Cam, I just put the show up shortly before I went live. That's why you didn't get a notification this time. Typically, when I have time to set the shows up and I put it on the thing, you'll get a notification if it's been, say like if I set it up from yesterday. You should have had a notification by now. But because I only started setting the show up at 10:05 Central Time, and I went live by 10:27, it didn't have enough time to send it out in the algorithms for notifications. But that's why. Sometimes I'll do that when I know that I'm doing my live. I'll just set it up like that. No notification will come up when it's under those pretenses. But if I do it ahead of time, like I intend to set something up for tomorrow's Nerds on Culture sometime today, and you'll see that in the algorithm, you should, huh? So I'm just explaining how that works. Yeah. Who else we got out here? Mac says, just shared your content on my community page as well, Grandmaster. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Trap House says, I appreciate that acknowledgement, Sensei. Oh, yeah. Listen. See, that's what I tell people all the time. Nobody creates themselves, huh? And nobody makes it through life by themselves. We need one another to make it. Isn't that something that I always talk about? But everyone is not bought into that. So there is, room for us to improve at all times. Hold on there. We got a PayPal through Nada86. Let me check it, Nada, because I didn't have my page up for the PayPals. So give me a second so I can look that up. Sometimes when I pull up too many windows, I get glitches. So I'm just kind of explaining things a little bit. Let's see here. That's because I gotta. Oh, there it goes. It giving me some mess. I'm gonna try. See, my memory is low on my laptop, so I have to either clear out my entire laptop. I think Drew was telling me about how to do that, but I got stuff I need to save to a hard drive and everything before I do all of that kind of stuff. So it's kind of tough, especially when I'm not really good on this, because I don't want to mess up anything that I need to retain. Okay, the PayPal donation from Nada86 says, what we got? Okay, it's just the money. No message to it. Thank you, Nada, for your support. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. So, yeah. Yeah, buddy. So, I'm going to see if something. Okay. Yeah, everything is good. But yeah, you guys, let's talk about some boxing, huh? Let's see here. We had a couple more. Yeah. Felix Nunez is in the building. AB is out there. Felix Nunez says, thoughts on the Shushu versus Heartbreaker. I got Shushu. Boy, Felix Nunez, you just like them guys that was in the chat last night in the post-fight show. Y'all can't wait for Heartbreaker to just go and get in there and fight Shushu. You won't even celebrate the young man's victory. Thank you, Drew. See, Drew is on it too. See, this is why we stand as a united front here, man. Because you have to understand. Listen, Drew's comment, Felix, is nice down the line. But for now, let's rejoice for both of those kings. Felix showed what boxing is all about last night, and the Liverpool audience was filthy last night. F+. That's right. That's right. That's right. Salute to Drew for that comment right there. Yeah, man. Because we see a lot of the sport having misrepresentation, especially every time you turn around with whatever's going on with the WBC, huh? So to be able to have the proper representation and have people like Figgy who could come out, be successful like he is, and not even over celebrate or anything like that, but to still endure those people from Liverpool and their behavior. Oh my goodness. It just shows you the difference between class and ass, huh? And those Liverpool subjects, they showed all of their ass last night. They did. You know, they showed so much ass, lacking class, that I was wondering where the funk was coming from out of my TV set, huh? Yeah! Anyway. Let me see here. Gotta get my... Yeah, buddy. Them folks was horrible. Throwing shit in the ring and everything. They was just mad that they boy balled out, huh? Yeah, on the canvas, where he belonged. Yeah. And I don't say that because I don't like Nick Ball. I don't say that. I say that because he was representing those people because he's from Liverpool. Huh? Liverpool can be a pool of poo. Now, huh? With that behavior that they showed. And I'm going to tell you something. Those UK content creators, Ade Oladipo and all them guys, huh? What's his name? Grow Liam. You guys, you don't want to talk about your own folks, huh? But you need to talk about them because it was a horrible display of the lack of sportsmanship, huh? Yeah, all of y'all all together. And you know what? It's the difference between you and I, huh? Because I'm going to tell it like it is. If my folks is cutting up and acting up, I'm going to say it. But you're going to enable them, and that's what make them do what they do because they figure they'll still get the support. Sit down somewhere until you learn some ethics, until you learn some decorum, huh? Yeah, otherwise you'll find more and more of your fighters in that type of predicament because poor character, that's what it leads to, huh? All of that kind of stuff. You could be tough in the streets and all of that kind of stuff, but there's a special place for you, huh? It's called jail, huh? With bars, huh? Where they tell you what time to get up, what time to go to bed, bend over and spread them, all of that other kind of stuff, huh? And they feed you what they want you to have, huh? Yeah, huh? You lose things such as civil rights, huh? So you thugs over there, Stormybman gonna put you down every chance he get, huh? Cause you're lacking. You're lacking. Big time. That's right. Classless beings. Joe Townsend, what's good with you, bro? Good to see you out there. Felix says, I'm a big fan of Heartbreaker and his unorthodox style. Well, why you so in a hurry to see him in there with Shoo, huh? Why you can't celebrate his win? It took Drew to tell you, Felix, huh? So you working on that F+ this morning, coming out here. I think somebody's lying. Yeah! Uh-huh. Joe says, at my nephew's hockey game, just wanted to check in. A good fight last night. Can't ever count out figs. Great stuff. Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. Yep. Joe Townsend says, balled out and got balled up. He sure did. Yeah, he sure did. Combos with Cam says, yep, you are who you associate with. Talk to him, Stormy. You know I'm going to say it. They're going to be mad, huh? When I finish talking, Cam, when I finish saying what I got to say about them, huh? You know what they going to do, huh? Look at your screen, huh? When Stormy get to telling them about theyself, huh? You know, you know how they gonna behave, huh? Cause I'm gonna tell it, huh? Everybody gonna be having that look on their face, huh? Mm-hmm. Snoopy Mac says the YouTube people was acting like YNs when Ball took a fall. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, looking at the screen just like this, huh? I'm gonna have to get Drew to animate this picture for me because I know if I can get it animated, that's gonna really be funny, huh? Because I'm keeping that in my queue. Gotta keep that picture right there. But Drew, I need your help, bro. I need to get that one animated, huh? Like make his curls blow in the breeze or something like that. and make his eyes blink real slow. Drew says, Felix Nunez, yes, they're disgusting. Did you also see Nick's team try to fight Fig's team while they were celebrating? Yeah, that kid, Kane, he come over there trying to play kickboxer. Who the hell he think he is? Van Damme? Coming over there trying to kick somebody, man. Lock him up, I say. Straight to jail, as that meme says. Yeah. Convos with Cal says, not the curls blowing in the breeze. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Drew, now if you could do that for me, man, that'll be some classic artwork right there, bro. Cause yeah, dude come out there like he was Van Damme or somebody trying to kick somebody. But he also did it with like 3 dudes in front of him. What the hell are you doing, man? You trying to hide. Like, we saw everything. It's all on camera, bro. You know, these days of cameras, right? Not only do we got the cameras that were covering the event, but people in the audience with cell phones and shit, man. You caught, bro. You caught. Huh? What the hell you doing? Kicking people. Man. Get his ass. You know, I'm going to say something about it. Kicking. This motherfucker coming out there. Oh, it's Kickboxer 5. Andrew Kane. You know? Yeah, he coming out there kicking and stuff, man. EJ over there in the Rumble with the $2 holler. He says, shit. There you go. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Dude coming out there kicking people, man. That's why I figure you had your dude on the canvas, face down. What kind of foolishness is that? That's why we can't take it easy on them, man. We got to go in tough. Got to go in real tough on them. Make them pay, huh? Make them pay for what they do. And I had a, where's it? I put something in my queue. The image. Oh, I didn't put it up there. I'll still take a moment out and put it up there because it was beautiful. Let me do it right now. Before I open up the call-in lines. Let's see. Big KO ball. Because I like to do stuff like this. When they say smash the gas, yeah. I work, you know, you guys, when you see my little designs and setups, you know, it takes me time to do all of this stuff, putting the artwork together, and, you know, it's like you see me, you know, with my little Stormybman cell phone there with the images in it, like you looking at something on your phone screen. Yeah, I do all that stuff. That's meticulous work. by my own hand. Huh? Yeah. So when I do that, I want y'all to know it's effort that goes in. That's why, like, sometimes if I'm at the last minute loading something up, it take me a few minutes because I've been getting them images together. Let's see here. Okay, Drew, give me 1 second after I put this image in here. Check the text here. Let's see here. Yeah! Hold on, man. Hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Now. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Hold on. 1 second, family. Hold on. See if I could do this. I hope it don't cause me no more problem. Oh, this is gonna be excellent. One second. This when you know when your family got your back, bro. Got your back totally. You guys just hold tight. Now, I'm going to have to do this on the air to pull this up. So bear with me because I don't know what the image is going to look like yet. But my brother Drew Titan just hooked me up, y'all. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, man. Y'all see that? Oh, man. Hold on. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. I told you. All I need is my brother Drew Titan to hook me up. I told you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look here, man. Man, that is so fucking hilarious. Oh, man. Boy, you done made my day with that one, bro. Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. See, that's the real deal right there. See what I was saying? I said all I need is for Drew to hook him up. Man. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. Oh. Yes. Oh, my goodness, man. I got to catch my breath. And I ain't even laughing like I really want to laugh because I know I'm live on the air. You guys don't know how that make me feel, bro. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Yeah, happy birthday to Mac and his Mac. Happy birthday, man. That is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, bro. All right, we're going to open up these call lines, man. Let's see what people want to talk about, man. Let me put this image up here where Figgy was dropped that left hook on ball, and that was the end of it right there. Okay, we got the brother Drew Titan in the building. What's happening, man?
Hey, man, you know I'm a fool, man.
You sure are. Dude, you did it exactly like I requested too. It was like, that is amazing that you were able to do it exactly like I wanted it. That's why when I opened up my message on the phone, I was like, oh, hell no.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny, man.
Yes, that's perfect.
Oh,
That's
man.
perfect. So I can retire the original image now, and I can just relate, and flow to that one. That one right there. Oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, it's great, man. That is great, man. They should have never let me get a hold of anything like that, because I'm a fool every morning with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be tripping me out how you have those people, they be standing there one moment and then they change and morph into a monkey or a gorilla. I be like, how the hell he do that shit? I be rolling, man.
Already got it lined up. Wait till Tuesday. It's gonna be wild. Oh man. But let's get to the smoke. Salute to Figs, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm over the moon for that kid. I'm over the moon for his team. And there's something, and shout out to the brother Steve Elder Mack, because there's something that happened that I wasn't aware of until after he said, yo, check your DMs. And I sent it to you.
Yeah, I saw it.
For those of you, okay. So
that's going to be my premiere. I'm going to talk about it.
Yes.
On my premiere.
And it's the perfect storm. It's the perfect storm, and I'm going to tell you why. The brother BFTV did a video. I saw it this morning. I got out. He talked about, what's his name? This clown that popped dirty, Fernandro, of all things, that they wanted Bud to go back to 160 to fight.
Janibek.
Janibek. And notice how he said, I'll be vindicated, B-sample. Brother, it's been a month already. What happened? I'm going to tell you what happened, because if it was clear, they'd have made a big deal of it. The B-sample dirty. Let me bring everyone up to speed. All the B-sample is, the B-sample isn't taken on a different day. You pee in a cup, and both specimens are put in two different tubes. One is labeled A, one is labeled B. You sign off on it. They lock it up. They go to the A sample. If that pops dirty, they just go to the B sample. The B sample comes from the same specimen. So if the A sample's dirty, the B sample's dirty. It's very rare that it's the drug testing place's fault. It's rare. It's rare. Okay, so the Janibek situation, this is why I say what we talk about here is important. Okay, the Janibek situation, I'm glad BF brought that up. Right now, we have these fools degrading Deontay and Simon Jordan resurrecting old wounds, talking about how he knows Fury is a cheater, and he knows he's not a Fury guy, but everything that he did with Deontay was straight and narrow.
Yeah, on the level. Yeah,
it's on the level. So we got that going on, right? Then we got Ryan Garcia looking like the Hulk now. Now he's running his mouth, and he's in here with these pictures looking all vascular. And I'm like, Team Barrios, I hope y'all on top of that, because you know what that is. So we got that going on, right? So we got Janibek, Ryan Garcia, Simon Jordan, and then Figs, last night, his team, after the win, said, we got to the damn locker room, and his hands was already wrapped up. And he said that we spoke during the pre-fight in the meeting that I have to go view the hand wraps. And if I'm not mistaken, they didn't rewrap in front of him. So Nick Ball might have been in there.
No. They did eventually make them. Because I saw the full video.
I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah, I saw the full video this morning, and that's why I said I'm going to do a premiere. I got a premiere ready to go for Monday, tomorrow, and it's regarding Tierra Brown and how she's, but I'm either going to drop that premiere later in the day tomorrow, or it'll be for Tuesday, because I'm going to do a longer premiere. It's going to be a longer, and I'm going to let Manny's words, be a part of what my my editorial is on it. But check this out. Something that he also said to go along with the fact that when they got there that Ball's hands was wrapped already, right? He said that the commission and that the overseers or whatever was like, it's no big deal. We can't do nothing about it.
Oh, the commission said that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
And he exactly, which is why, you know, if you notice when I was saying and I was talking about the people from Liverpool and the Ball camp and all of that, why I was kind of like being not so nice about them, because I knew this.
Yeah.
Now, and when I do my video, I'm going to go into it even more, because they were trying to set the climate for everything for Ball. But if you're such a damn good fighter, just show up and fight. Why do you need all this angled assistance? See, this is what's going on. Fury has been a guy that has enjoyed those advantages, and there's been a few others who have as well. You know what I mean? I stopped short of saying Katie Taylor has enjoyed certain aspects. See, because when you discover there's a leak in the dam, there's a whole lot of shit going on the other side of that dam. You understand?
Right. Now, to add on to what you're saying, and this is what I was talking to the brother Felix Nunez in the chat, in reference to the way they behaved after the fight. That wasn't natural. That was deeper than that man just getting caught in an exchange, because that's all it was. He got caught in an exchange, and he didn't recover. That's boxing. Their behavior at the end of that fight was deeper than, oh, man, our boy just got caught. You can deal with that. They were angry that they tried every trick in the book and it still failed.
It still
failed. What that was.
Yep. And did you notice?
That's what that was.
Did you notice the announcers, all four guys, Frampton and what's that other dude name?
Beefy was there.
All of them guys. When they were talking, did you notice that their whole disposition and energy was down?
Oh, yeah.
Like they were unhappy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, dude, you're covering the sport of boxing. You should not be so invested that you're like down because one guy or the other lost. And it's nothing wrong with saying I'm proud of someone who won. I felt for someone who lost, but the way that they reflected that,
you thought someone died.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing where see, you got to be able to talk about what's happening. This is why you, myself, 78, BF, the things that we're saying is on point. Because even when I'm saying what I'm saying, because it's like, I wouldn't want to send a fighter in an environment like that where everything is against him. You see?
That's right.
I wouldn't want to send a fighter over there. We're not talking about the sanctioning bodies. We're talking about the production. We're talking about the people that are a part of this whole thing. I never saw Frampton look like that even when he lost his own fights.
How about this? When Figs was announced as the champion and he raised his hands, when they backed the camera up, everybody in the rafters was gone already. Nobody stood and applauded and saluted him. The audience is a direct reflection of the announcers, is a direct reflection of the commission, is a direct reflection of that damn referee, Steve Gray, who gave him a damn. I counted 17 seconds. From the time he was on the floor, from the time he got up, I counted 17 seconds, and I said, yo, Nick is not okay, bro. He needs to wave this off. And there's a fine line between doing what's right for boxing, a la Jack Reese, doing what's right for boxing, and damn near getting someone killed. Okay? Now, in Fury's case, he was drugged up, and he was able to rally back and finish on his feet. In Nick Ball's case, and I'm talking about the first Fury fight with Deontay, in Nick Ball's case, Steve may have he may have put Nick Ball in a position where he may have gotten that one screw knocked loose that will never ever get back from that last interaction when Figs went in there and finished him off. You don't know. That one punch could change his life and his career. So what I'm saying is, when Nick got up, that was a bad knockdown. Now the Warrior in Nick got him up off the floor, but it was clear that he was not okay. And Steve did everything he could when he knocked him down. When he knocked him down, he sent Figs to a neutral corner. He went to the table, looked at the table. He picked up the count at 6. Nick got up at 8, and he was wobbly. He held his gloves up, and he's saying, "Are you okay? Come to me. Are you okay?" The whole time I'm counting, I got to 17. And I said, "Oh, my God. Oh, my. Either you're going to let him at 8, you look at him, you say, can you continue? And you got to determine yes or no. And I'll give you 2 seconds to make that determination." And he waited. "Are you okay? Walk to me. Are you all right? Are you good?" I counted 17 seconds, man. And he was not okay.
Yeah, I agree.
And he finished him off. He finished him off. And I said, man, that was too much British pride right there. And I know you want your guy to win, but it's just, you're going to get your guy killed. Don't say, you know how Stormy, you say sometimes these corners, you don't know what they're doing. They're about to send their guy out to get killed.
Listen,
you gotta know
didn't I say,
you know what, you ain't got it.
Didn't I say the same thing when Giovanni Santillan fought Brian Norman Jr.? How
that's right.
Robert was supposed to stop that in the corner, that round or two before the knockout actually happened, because Santillan had fought with everything he had, but Norman was just better. The guy was bleeding like a sieve from his nose. His face was all swollen and damaged, and you could tell he was on the edge. But he sent him back out there anyway, and that was that so-called Mexican pride that they want. Oh, especially because he's fighting a black fighter, you know, and instead of showing like what he did for Erickson Lubin, right?
He didn't waste no time.
He didn't waste no time running in there, bring a stool in for Lubin and that. Why didn't he do that for Santillan? You see,
Santillan was a different kind of heart.
You
know what? That was his own ego. That was his ego.
It was. But do you remember when the evening that fight happened, when I did my post-fight, it was the first thing I said. And that wasn't because Norman won and I wanted to see Norman's hands raised in victory. Do I not always talk about the health and well-being of the fighter? Because these guys got families to go home to and everything. When Norman finished Santillan off, the way his body went limp like that, that's almost like your soul leaving your body. And people don't think of it that way because we have what's called now entertainment with video games and stuff. And it's like life isn't what it used to be when you can live vicariously through simulation. And that's what video games and Grand Theft Auto and all that kind of stuff, that's a simulated activity, but that's not the real world. Because in the real world, when you get hurt, you may not come back from being hurt. In the real world, when something damages you, you got a scar for life. Just because the scar will heal doesn't mean the trauma didn't take place. Who out here has had a broken bone in their body and they have to do an operation to reset your bone or whatever? Do you not still have the scar?
Yeah, right.
Regardless of how long ago it was. You could have did it when you were a child. But the scar is still there. That means it happened. And I look at each and every fighter like that. Santillan just fought a few weeks back, maybe a couple months ago now, I think. But he did not look like he used to look. He looked shop worn.
That's right.
He still won, and it was a good, solid victory. But that's not the guy who went into the ring against Brian Norman Jr. It's not.
We have a bunch of examples of this. Chris Colbert, when he got slept by El Rayo, the next time we saw him was on Pro Box, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that may have been his next fight. And you can tell he was not the same guy after that. You can tell.
No.
He was not the same guy. He's over with. It's done.
Mike Tyson wasn't the same after Buster Douglas got a hold of him.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. They lined him up with some fights that they knew he was going to win to get his confidence back. And it was back to business once he fought somebody that knew how to fight him. You understand? But Chris Colbert, after El Rayo slumped him, confidence was gone, and his punch resistance got worse because he never had really good punch resistance.
Mm-hmm.
But it got worse. And he fought the Mexican brother, well, I think it was a Mexican brother on Pro Box. We watched it. And I said, nah, this guy's finished. Finished. And, you know, we talked about Riddick Bowe. You knew he was messed up after the Galata fight because he was talking slurred after that fight. Right after that fight, he was on there at the post-fight like, I was like, whoa, what's wrong with him? One fight.
And that never went away.
One fight could change everything.
That never went away.
It got worse.
Tim Bradley, after he fought, what's his name?
Provodnikov.
He was slurring his speech and everything, but about 8 or 9 months later, it finally kind of went away for him. And he's fortunate because when Riddick Bowe finished that fight with Galata, that second fight, he spoke like, dude, he spoke like how James Toney is speaking right now.
Yeah, he sounded like he had food in his mouth.
Yeah, and it was not a thing, you know, and they subtly mentioned it during the broadcast, but it's like I speak on these things with such passion and harboring so much feeling and emphasis on it because, like I said, these men have families and everything to return to. That doesn't have to mean that you got to be a married man or nothing like that. What it means is that you have a life outside of boxing. And we would like for your quality of life to be as conducive as it could possibly be without someone putting you in peril where you might need somebody to take care of you for the rest of your life, like Gerald McClellan or Wilfred Benitez and other fighters like that. Even Tommy Hearns has now slipped into a situation where he might really need more care and help than he's receiving, because what takes place over a period of time is a fighter, what the trauma that you suffer from your ring activity, it starts to show up like 5 years later, okay?
Right.
And then as you get older, there is more deterioration. Remember, we all deteriorate as we age anyway. So it's like if you're not a fighter, look at Bruce Willis. He was not a fighter. And the man has slipped off into a place where he don't even know his own family anymore. He don't know he was an actor anymore. He never fought in the ring.
That's right.
Now imagine someone where because that's all your DNA and everything, whatever God got in store for you, right? But imagine a guy who was a fighter that slips off into that type of situation. Oh my goodness.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? You could take care of yourself to the bed. I'm glad you said Bruce Willis, man, because that's sad. I saw a video of him last year. They were celebrating his birthday, and he was just sitting in the chair smiling, but you can tell he's gone.
He's not there. He doesn't remember anything.
He never took a hit in his life. And, you know, these fighters, man, and see, this is why we're sticklers for it. I mean, they choose to do this. It's a dangerous sport as it is. Can we at least get a clean sport by way of the rules? Can we at least do that? This is why I get so annoyed with people when these fighters are caught, but the damage is already done because they've done been in the ring already.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, oh, well, that don't matter because we saw what we saw. No. There's a PEG list. It's there for a reason. And if the PEGs didn't make a difference, then why is that foreign substance in that person's system? We're talking about right and wrong here, man. And this is why, people, we tell the audience all the time how us as supporters of the sport, how we maintain our sanity is just not entertaining conversations with casuals. Because I don't expect them to know what we know. So once they drift off into that kind of conversation, I just put them to the side. That's why I have a million wrenches. That's why I block people. I don't want to hear it. We're not going to entertain that. We're not going to entertain that. If you're racing cars, right, you have the same type of car for this particular race. And in the rules, I don't know much about these drag race and these things, NASCAR, whatever. In the rules, it says, for example, you're not allowed to have this particular type of oil or gasoline because if you use it, it can give you a slight edge. So everyone has to have the same type of gasoline, the same type of oil, the same type of tires. And you just have to be nice with your placement on the track or whatever. And the guy that has won, you find out for 3 years he's been using the off-brand of gasoline. And it's like, well, but he's still strategic on the track. It don't matter. No, he had the wrong type of gasoline or oil in his car. You can't get past that. You can't get past that. I'll give you another example. Who's this guy that was winning those bike races all those years?
Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong. Then you find out that he was juicing. Now here's the part. And no one was, people that came up, it was news and it went away. I'm not off of that. You know why? I want to know how did the people that came in second place to him all those years feel. I bet you that's the story. Go talk to those guys. And you know what? I'm going to look that up.
And didn't he end up with some kind of form of testicular cancer or something
too?
He
had testicular cancer. He had testicular cancer, which probably came from him juicing.
Yep.
And so how's that for cheating? And he came clean, but I want to know if the person that came in second place to him all those years, I want to know if it's the same guy. I can't imagine losing to a guy 2 or 3 times in a row. I'm like, yo, what is this guy doing? How is he doing this? And then you find out that he was cheating. That's the story. He had to give up all of his awards, and that's not talked about. He had to give it up. Now, if Lance Armstrong was Lance Raheem from Chicago or the Bronx, oh, man, he'd be the poster child of cheating.
Hey, and what about...
every time we talk about cheating in the sport, somebody would troll our comment section with that guy's name. I guarantee you.
What about Jackie Griffith Joyner?
Oh, yeah.
See? They made her give her medals back and everything, remember?
They threw her in jail. Didn't they throw her in jail?
She did jail time. Yep, she did jail time.
In the Olympics. They went to prison, I think, and her husband.
Yep.
I might have it mixed up.
No, it was them. It was them.
It was them. They went to prison, right?
They went to prison, bro. Yes, they did.
Yeah. See? I'm not making this up. We're treated different. All I'm saying is, imagine if Deontay popped dirty one time. They would go by and look at all of his knockouts, and everybody would be saying, oh, I knew there was something wrong with that guy, 215 pounds, knocking out guys 50 pounds heavier than him. Man, listen, when Deontay broke his hand, he had those pins in his hand. I was in the Facebook group. This is like about 10 years ago now. When he was getting the pins removed from his fist. There were people in the group saying that the pins in his hands was the reason why.
Yeah.
He was knocking people out. And I said, wait a minute. He broke his hand in the fight. He had the pins put in, and they were removed later. He wasn't fighting with the pins in his hands. But there were people saying, I knew there was something wrong. He was hitting people with those pins in his hand. I said, okay, what is he, Wolverine? He got an adamantium skeleton? What are we doing here? This is wild work. They try and put stuff on black athletes. and all we do is fight clean. Well, a majority of us fight clean. But when we do get caught doing something bad, we become the poster children for it.
Check it out, Drew.
Everybody else gets justified.
Check it out, Drew, in chat. Do you guys realize where that started?
Germany.
It started in the Olympics in the 36 or 38 Olympics, when Jesse Owens won those races and everything, and Hitler was so angry that the black athlete was so far superior to those other people competing that he charged his military and his scientists and everything to collaborate on working on super soldiers.
Yep.
Now, isn't it interesting that the legend of Captain America comes from World War II, 1944? Think about this now.
Ain't that crazy?
Because it was something that was a sentiment across the globe, that there was something about the BA that the other people felt like we need to do something a little extra and special in order to compete. And they still doing it to this day.
Sure.
You
They
see,
need that edge psychologically, which is what they tried to do with Devin. It was just a loss to him when he thought it was clean. And he said, Allah's the perfect planner. And then what did they do? The next day, he has PTSD. I was reading that. The next day, he's going to have PTSD. No one can come back. He needs to retire. He needs to fire Bill. Question. How many people said they need to fire Teofimo Lopez Sr.? How many people, outside of us, how many people said fire that guy?
how many people
Mikey Garcia.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, when Mikey Garcia got beat up by Errol, I just said, man, I don't know what he thought he saw with Errol, but I knew he was going to get his ass whooped like that. Did anyone say he needs to fire his brother Robert? No. Robert's still a hell of a coach.
Did anybody say that he had PTSD from fighting Errol and that's why he retired from the sport?
No,
Did
but
they
he
say
clearly wasn't the same guy against Sandro Martin, and that was his last fight, and he got smoked.
Yeah.
And even after that fight, when he said, I'm retiring, people were like, what? No, Mikey. I just said, hey, man, he got to get back in the saddle. Errol took something from him, but I didn't make no videos about it. But I knew what it was. But maybe it wasn't in his heart, but I never said he needs to, or he needs to retire, or he's going to have PTSD. These people, athletes are wired different. First of all, a lot of athletes are very sensitive. They're very, very sensitive. That's why they have athletic therapy, because they're harder. Athletes are their own worst critic. It's not us, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it's not us. It's them. That's what I'm saying. These guys are built different. Errol don't give no damn about what happened with him and Bud. That's y'all. The business wasn't right, which is why he hasn't been back in the ring since then. It's not over, Bud. It's a loss. He don't care. But sometimes, and I know people, their haters listening, what about Deontay? Well, Deontay cares too much. Not necessarily about boxing fanatics. He cares too much about his people. And now it's registering that sometimes you ain't got to put all your people on your shoulders because they don't appreciate it. I say, every nigga in prison ain't Nelson Mandela. Some niggas need to be there.
Exactly.
And Deontay learned. You can love your people, but Harriet Tubman said I'd have freed a lot more slaves if they knew they were slaves. There's some black people, like we deal with it all the time, Stormy. When we talk about the racial aspect of it, what do they tell us? Oh, I'm not watching it because of that. I'm just watching it for boxing. You don't even know boxing. What you're doing is you're arguing with me. for a point. You're telling me why the fighter that we support lost. We're saying, no, it's not that. And we start talking about Daniel Kinahan and Top Rank and the WBC and their racist moves and the WBA and their racist moves, and we have facts on top of facts to back that up, then that's where their ADD kicks in, because they can't follow that bouncing ball. They don't have time. Oh, I'm busy. I have a job. Oh, I have this and I have that. Okay, so you know what? Respectfully, I have a job and I'm a full-time father and everything else, but you know what? This is just something that I do naturally. So if you can't naturally follow the bouncing ball when I'm giving you the information, this is what we call DD, deliberately dumb. And when you're deliberately dumb and you don't want to get the answers, it's deeper than me knowing Bill and knowing Deontay. I'm giving you the facts. But if you're choosing to be deliberately dumb, then have a good day. Don't talk to me. Because you're reduced to a modern woman. You're just arguing to argue. But if you're confused about something, and if I'm telling you, hey, I know these guys, and I know what you know, do you want to know the answers? Because it's not no secret, but I can refer to you to different things. And it's like, oh, well, I ain't got time for, okay, have a good day. You don't deserve to talk to me. I'm a god. You're a peasant. Now I'm above your king. The king is who you're celebrating. The king is you celebrating the person that tried to assassinate who I support. Assassinate. Take the life. And I'm telling you, it's unjust. There's a problem. I told people, I ain't got no problem. Zilly Long beat D fair and square. I ain't got no problem with that. Joseph Parker beat Deontay fair and square. I ain't got no problem with that. But you touch a nerve when you start talking about Fury. Because I know there was some crap behind that. People don't remember when Ryan Garcia, when I landed in St. Martin and I got that phone call, they say, yo, look, don't say nothing yet, but the kid popped dirty. I said, oh, my God. I said, yo, I don't want to go through this. He said, I know. I said, bro, I know what comes with this. I said, look, I hope Bada's wrong, and I hope the commission is wrong, because I know what comes with this. I don't want to deal with this, because I know what's coming.
Right.
Unfortunately, Ryan popped dirty. And instead of him being quiet and staying off of the radar and just saying, look, I apologize, he started lying and lying and lying. And then when he got cornered, it became George Floyd's fault. And he wants to join the Ku Klux Klan. And then what was enraging is how everyone began to say, hey, well, you know, the kid got problems. I'm supposed to be sympathetic and overlook what came out of his heart? A drunk mind and a high mind speaks a sober heart. That was always in him. That's why I'd never give him a pass. That's why I'll never forgive Teofimo Lopez. And that's why I look at all you young knuckle draggers who can high five and have a conversation with these guys. You got to be out your cotton picking mind, you slaves. You're not my brother. You're not my sister. Now, you can tell me I'm looking at this too deep, but I've been around longer than you. And you don't know. And they rely on knuckle draggers like yourself. They rely on y'all. And then they assimilate y'all, and y'all come to my chat and Stormy's chat and the rest of the LDBC's chat, and you try and convince us that it's not what we say it is, not what we see. No, you're uninformed. Wake up and smell the failure. We know what this is. They rely. Getting back to last night, Nick Ball's team. I don't know why dude came in there karate kicking like Van Damme. They weren't jumping up in there to fight Nick Ball's team. Your guys lost. They were jumping in there to celebrate figs, and dude ran in there and started kicking people. And they ignored that. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell? And then Steve Elder Mack sent me the video about the hand wraps. They had to rewrap the hands. I was like, whoa. So they had a lot of typical things going on over there. But at the end of the day, God don't like ugly. Let me remind y'all about Tyson Fury. The cleanest fight he had was his last 3 fights. He fought Francis Ngannou, and he barely won that fight. He fought Usyk twice and lost both. What do you think happens if he fights Deontay a 4th time on a level playing field? He's going to sleep. No drugs, he's going to sleep. He's a 6'9" punching bag off the drugs. He's done. And I'll land my plane right there. These cats know what time it is.
You made some valid points there, brother, because It's just like Rolly Romero. He benefited off of Devin's work because Devin and DHP put Ryan in an anti-doping program. But
Right.
instead of facing Devin, he opted to face somebody else, which is a real alarming situation within itself because it's still an acknowledgement that not only is he not respecting Devin and DHP, but he weaseled himself out of the lawsuit by agreeing to have a rematch as long as they drop the lawsuit and everything. And then he loses because he doesn't have his trick bag with him. And then he takes time off again, and then they give him another title shot now against Mario Barrios, who has not put him in an anti-doping program. And as you said about his images, like he's looking like the Incredible Hulk again and everything, and his behavior has changed again and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't suffered penance for his actions. He's being rewarded.
Right.
See, that's the establishment
Right.
having something against DHP. The establishment sanctioning bodies, promoters, because when the promoters, you can throw Matchroom and Hearn in there. And the whole point of it is, it's like, why do we have these policies and rules in place if they're not going to be enforced? And when Ryan steps in front of cameras for interviews and everything, they gloss over the situation as if he just took time off from the ring. He was suspended.
Right.
They don't even acknowledge the suspension. And when they talk about him, they say, after your time away. What the fuck is that? After his time away.
Tell her what it is. Say what it is. After your suspension.
Now, when Mike Tyson, years ago, when Mike Tyson went on that one channel, it was a daily talk show or something, and the guy says to Mike, yeah, regarding your rape case, you know, this and that.
That's right.
And Mike stopped. I mean, like.
And that was another black man.
Another black man,
by the way.
Coming at Mike, bringing up some circumstances that, yes, he was involved in, but they were not there for that. But the guy couldn't wait to do that, a lot like Simon Jordan did with Deontay last week. But nobody's doing that to Ryan. Nobody's doing that to him. Why not?
None. They're babying him. They're babying him because they love it. They love it. They love doing that to us. Mike Tyson, they didn't love him until he was America's favorite train wreck. You should have saw how he was plastered all over the New York Post out here. When he said what he said to that media person, how he'll grape them and all kinds of crazy stuff. He was all over the front page. They took pictures of him looking crazy. They loved it, man. They loved it. They loved this nice Mike Tyson with the lisp and he's clowning and all the. They love that guy. They love that guy. But when he was the strong young black man out of Brooklyn knocking people over, they couldn't have that. They couldn't wait to catch him slipping. And Mike never understood that he had a responsibility to himself and to the community. Like it or not, when Charles Barkley said, "I'm not a role model," white America tore him apart for that. Because although his message was clear, they said, "Look, man, I live in Kentucky, and in the midst of Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins and everybody else, my son wants to be like Charles Barkley. So how dare you say I'm not a role model, whether you like it or not? You sell. He said it in a sneaker commercial. You sell sneakers, people buy your jersey, like it or not, you are a role model. And I know what Charles was saying, parents should be role models. That's good. But like it or not, my kid wants to play ball like you. You understand? So you have a responsibility. And my only wish was that Mike was surrounded with people that explained that to him. People are watching you. And even when you don't do anything, they'll put shit on you. And he, didn't understand that. And for those athletes that walk around saying, look, my responsibility is to myself or whatever, take a look at Floyd Mayweather right now. Look at what he's dealing with right now. He had no responsibility to his people. He had no responsibility to himself. His house is a wreck. When I say a wreck, I mean his house is falling. His daughter made some poor decisions, procreated with a rapper, had a murder charge. People don't really trust Floyd. Look at the people who's been around him and how they're doing now. Look at Adrian Broner. Look at Tank Davis. And now look at him. When it came to Gucci, I don't protest, I invest. When we protesting Gucci, he dropped $8 million that day on Gucci stuff and then threw it in our face. Now he's suing Showtime, who isn't even involved in boxing anymore, for $340 million. He can't sue Al Heyman. You know why? He can't sue Al Heyman because, and I'm going to discuss this on Monkey Tuesdays. He can't sue Al because of Al's title. And it was advisor. Not boss, not owner, advisor. That one little thing exempts him from that. So now he got to take it to Showtime. And there's no guarantee that he'll win that. There's no guarantee. And now all of a sudden, he wants to come back and compete on a real level, not clown fights. He wants to fight Manny Pacquiao, but now he wants to get back in the rankings at almost 50 years old. I can't wait to see how this works out. I can't wait. Now you see? This is what you call God working. This is what you call God working. Yeah, that's right. Now you need the money. Now you need the money. Everyone ran behind him, following those footsteps. Tank Davis said, hey, man, I'm going to get this $40 million and ride off into the sunset. And he couldn't even get that right. For $40 million? After you done generated at least, and I'm going to lowball it, from the time he became a pay-per-view star, he had to generate at least $300 million. Generated, not keep, but generated. Where's his money? Yeah, we're going to talk about that back-end money on Tuesday. Where is his money? There's fighters. I just watched Blue Bloods videos. There's multiple fighters from the PBC saying, we're still waiting on getting paid from work we did 3 or 4 years ago. You see what I mean? Can't sue Al because he's an advisor. So who do you sue? Showtime? Steven Espinoza? Who do you sue? You see that? Okay. But I don't know. We're haters. We're turncoats for flipping on Al. No, I'm just pointing out the train wreck and saying, look, what is this? What happened? We didn't make this up. We're not suing. We're just looking at the news saying, hey, what's this? We've been protecting Al for almost 14 years. Literally, almost 14 years. Been protecting Al. But okay. I'm just reporting the news. I'm not creating it. I'm just reporting it.
And we've been reporting it for a while, bro. We've been reporting it for a while.
That's right. Don't get mad at us. We didn't do this. We're not the fighters. Nothing. But the news is out. And don't get mad at us for saying, explain this. You can get mad at us. What, are we not supposed to talk about it? For people to come up to us and say, why aren't you talking about this? No, it's news. I'm going to talk about it. Either I understand it or I'm going to ask you to explain it. Now, how do y'all feel that these clowns effed around and made Rick Glasser right as it pertains to that topic? Because I don't deal with Rick Glasser. But as it pertains to that topic, turns out he was right. Y'all been running around, okay, I don't like Rick Glasser. I think he's a racist. I do. What about Fred from Barbershop? Turns out, and he was the plug in all of that because he was like, yeah, I'll play cards with these guys. I'm telling you what's coming. Fred, you a sellout and you a coon and all right. Now look. He's like, I guess he's gloating on his channel or whatever, but you know what? Like I tell y'all, stop me when I'm lying. Was Fred lying all this time? No. Now look, this is a mess. I couldn't imagine if I fought 5 years ago and you told me, okay, this is going to generate about $10 million. But until all the money comes in, I'm going to put you on an allowance of $2,500 a week. Huh? Yeah, and when the real check comes in, we'll just deduct it from what we gave you. That's what happened with Adrian Broner. Do y'all understand that?
Huh.
I'm going to talk about it Tuesday. They put him on an allowance to the point where whenever he got paid, he had to hurry up and take the money out because Uncle Sam was coming to take the money out of his account. That's a nightmare. So he was making money, but not really making money. And as soon as the money would come in his account, he had to take money and move it around and pay his mortgage and things like that. But oh yeah, I generated 15 mil and it's coming and it's 5 years later. All your money's not there yet. So if that was happening to 15 different fighters or so on PBC, what do you think? And then Floyd is suing for $340 million. He didn't get all his money. What happened to those big checks he was signing that he would put online for us to look at? Where's his money? $340 million? And Tank said, I'm abandoning ship. Listen, y'all understand? He had to fight Jake Paul for that $40 million. He had to do it because he wasn't sure. What if he fought Devin for $10 million and lost? That man, I bet you Tank. Listen, and y'all think I hate Tank? Put that coat on me, fine. I bet you he owes Uncle Sam more money. As a matter of fact, Stormy, didn't he have Uncle Sam problems not too long ago?
Yep.
Okay. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? I'm not
And
making this
and
stuff up.
let me drop another fee on him that is not as much as Uncle Sam, but could have the same residual effect. These legal fees.
Yeah, you got to pay these lawyers to fix this stuff. And those lawyers be millionaires off of these dumbass athletes.
Yep.
That's an easy come up because you got to pay him to cut deals and make shit work and say, hey, man, okay, I got you a deal. You owe Uncle Sam $10 million. They're willing to settle for 5.5. But you only got 1.2 in your account. What you got to do? You got to fight again. Well, what can you do? Okay, I can go fight Devin and Shakur and Tio and rematch Lamont Roach. That's hard work. That's hard work. And I could make maybe 15 million or maybe more doing that. But I could fuck around and lose. Or I could fight Jake Paul, get that 40 milli, and ride off into the sunset, pay Uncle Sam, and still have 20 million in the bank, and I could live off of that. That's what he was trying to do. But he has a disease. He has a similar disease that, unfortunately, and I say this respectfully, Ike Ibeabuchi, his problem was dealing with these women, and it got him in trouble. Tank is along those same lines. He got a problem. And he went over there and he blew that. So when he comes back, because trust me, y'all, he's going to have to come back because now it's not about him. Believe it or not, he is thinking about his baby girls now. And he better hope he don't get locked up. And I'm going to tell you something else. If they throw the book at him, because he got to go answer this thing in Baltimore, and that judge ain't playing with him, you better hope she slaps him on the wrist again and gives him maybe less than a year. But if she hits him with at least 2 to 3 years, when he comes out, he's going to have to fight again. Everybody's going to be done moved on. What's he going to come out and do? He's not going to be the rock star that he was. The only people that's going to be looking for him are the guys like the people that we don't deal with anymore. And he's going to F around and get beat around the ring. And that's going to be his legacy. Could be the next story on ESPN, 30 for 30.
Yeah.
The greatest fighter that never was. Yeah. And guess what, Stormy? Have we not seen stories like this all through boxing?
We have.
There's fighters that were destined to be great that didn't pan out because of the decisions they made. We'll say some names from the 80s that y'all guys don't even know. You'll be like, oh, what happened to that guy? The coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'll give you an example. This is just the early 2000s. What happened to Hector Camacho Jr.? I know what happened. But he had the name. He was flashy. He had a really good skill set. But you know what his problem was? He ate too much. I'm telling you right now. Right now, he looked like a little running back. He's fat. And I say that respectfully. He ate too much. He didn't have no discipline. He had everybody in Spanish Harlem ready to rally behind him, but he couldn't put the fork down. He fought a guy that used to work out at the same gym that I do named Andre Serkan. And he fought him on the undercard of the Bernard Hopkins-Antonio Tarver match. And Andre stopped him, not because he was hurt, because he hurt Andre really bad. Andre's a Russian dude. He hurt him real bad. But Andre came back and kept fighting him, and it was like 22 unanswered punches, and I think Jay Nady was the ref. And he said, I got to stop it. He was like, why? So he wasn't throwing no punches back. He on the ropes. Some of those things was coming through. I mean, come on. And I think that was the last time I saw Hector Jr. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. So, I mean, some of you guys say you know boxing, y'all don't know. But let me run. I got some things I got to do. Always a pleasure, and we're going to holler tonight.
Yes, sir.
All
Appreciate
right,
you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
And hey, and one more time, thanks for the Snoop Dogg meme, man.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. All right, I'll see you later.
All right, brother.
Peace. All right. That's the brother Drew Titan, man, making some very valid points, man. Very valid. We're talking about the aspects of the sport that a lot of people want to skip over, but you can't skip over it because it's part of the sport. It's part of it. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So with that being said, it's, I got time for one more call if someone else would like to call in. If not, we'll get ready to wrap things up. But we have almost 160 people. That's good output there. Very good output. Okay, we got a Cash App donation from the brother Will Sinclair. Appreciate you, Will, and your support out there. Will says appreciation. That's what the donation is for. Thank you so much, my brother. Let's see here. Hold on. That's not Will. Will Sinclair. I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong message with the donation. He says, small donation for the great broadcast. Thank you so much, Will. Thank you, brother. But, yeah, this is what we do here, man. We try to uphold the integrity of the sport from the vantage point of covering it. And all the time, it's not pretty, Sometimes it's very ugly. But we do what we do because of the love of the sport. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Let's see here. Universal is out there with another PayPal contribution. Let's see. We're going to pull that up. He says, Sensei and Drew is must-see TV. Thank you so much, Universal. Thank you, brother. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be in the Strong House this evening. And you guys make sure that you tune in. That'll be about 6 p.m. Central Time on Drew's channel, where we're going to have great conversation. And we're going to talk to the young contender, Van Houter. And salute to Miss Van Houter, who's in the chat earlier. Salute as we get ready to start paying close attention to this young man in the heavyweight division. So it's a great deal of appreciation for what he's doing out there. Let's see. I think I'll shut the phone line down for now. Let's see here. We got before we get ready to get out of here, I want to mention that next up will be Effie Ajagba taking on Prince Charles Martin. And that will be February 15th. That'll be this coming Sunday. The Zuffa 3. They're moving right along through the sport, Zuffa. And we get a chance to see these two heavyweights go at it. One former heavyweight champion in Martin, as he takes on a contender in Ajagba, who hasn't had an opportunity to fight for a world title yet. But possibly with a victory here, things can turn around for him. All I want to say is, Zuffa is coming fast and hard with solid matchups, fights that ordinarily may not have even taken place. And they are trying to get these fighters out there to do what the fans want, and that's to face one another. Zuffa is getting it done with these cards. And so far, out of the two cards that they've had, each and every fight has been highly competitive. Whether you have acknowledged that or not, they're doing some very positive things for the sport of boxing. And I look forward to it. So you guys should as well. And then, of course, next time out on DAZN will be Barrios versus Garcia. We kind of alluded to that earlier about this fight coming about. Nobody with any type of respect for themselves will pay much attention to whatever's going on with Ryan Garcia. But Mario Barrios has really sold himself short here by giving this young man a title shot when it should have been an opportunity for him to just fight in a unification fight against one of the other title holders. Barrios is in a lose-lose situation. First of all, the opponent he's facing in Garcia, that's a losing situation because there's no anti-doping testing for this. So he may go in against a juiced up, roided up Ryan Garcia. And, the promotion is unlikely to go through smoothly because Ryan is a guy who is off kilter a great deal of the time. So you know, and imagine he losing to Ryan Garcia. That wouldn't be positive for him because Garcia is not considered world class, really. He's just popular due to his YouTube following and all of that kind of stuff. Social media, I should say, not just YouTube, but social media following. So it tells you a lot about, you know, people. But it is what it is. It's not anything that I'm looking to support. And I'm not expecting anyone to, you know, follow my sentiment. I'm just saying I can find something else to do on that date. Yeah. So. So many people. Prince Savage, salute. He says, I think he's juiced too. Okay. Well, we'll see. We will find out. But I'm going to get ready to get on out of here, you guys. I appreciate all of the love that was shown today. We had content shared. We had people hitting me from the PayPal app, Cash App. We just need to kind of get a little more push for some of the Stormybman merchandise. If we could get that done, then we'll be in a great place, huh? But everything in due time, huh? So I'll see you guys later this evening on the Drew Titan channel for the Strong House. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.